Hello friends, you are watching ERUDIRE PLUS, the professional CAD/CAM solution provider. Let's get started.
Hello friends, this is the second part of this CFD analysis of a spherical vessel. Inside this vessel we are considering helium, and here it will be suffering change of phase from liquid to gaseous state, and we want to see the dynamics of these flow particles inside this container. It is a special type of spherical container used for cryogenics. The first spherical shell is having internal radius of 475 mm and external is 500 mm. And after that we have created one vacuum to reduce the heat transfer rate, and the external spherical shell is also having internal radius is 550 mm and external radius is 600 mm. We have provided two openings. From this opening we will force helium. As inside this spherical container, helium will be suffering change of phase from liquid to gas. So finally the gas will be evaporated from this very small opening. Okay, so let us start simulation. The lids have already been provided to make a closed geometry. Now we have to start the flow simulation environment by opening this simulation. So environment is created with wizard. We're keeping the name of this project as default project 4. Next, the unit system we're considering as SI, and pressure will be in megapascal, and temperature we're considering as degree centigrade as usual. Next, it can be considered as internal and external analysis, but as per our requirement we're considering this one as internal and exclude cavities with flow conditions. That means we have maintained one vacuum space in between the internal and external shells, and it will be heat conduction in solids, and radiation will be also there. Environmental temperature we're considering as 20 degrees centigrade, and definitely gravity will be involved, and you can see the direction of gravity will be y. So it will be along y direction, it will be minus 9.81 meter per second square, and along z direction it will be 0. Next, helium we're considering as the input fluid. Next, alloys we're considering internal part of this shell made up of stainless steel 321. Next, default wall radiative surface we're considering this one as non-radiative. And the default outer wall radiative surface again we're considering as non-radiating surface. Okay. Next, atmospheric temperature will be 20 degrees centigrade, and solid temperature will be definitely 20 degrees centigrade. Let us finish this part. Before finishing, we can check it again what we have considered. We have considered unit as SI, and temperature will be degree centigrade, pressure will be megapascal. Next, it is an internal analysis with excluding cavities with flow conditions, and that means inside the internal and external shell we have provided some vacuum space. We are considering radiation also, and gravity will be also there. Next one, you can see gas will be helium, and we're considering two different material. First one will be stainless steel 321, and the second one will provide while applying actual boundary conditions. Next, default wall radiative surface we are considering non-radiating surface. Next, atmospheric temperature is 20 degrees centigrade, and the temperature of solid is also 20 degrees centigrade. Let's finish this part. Now you can see this is the computational domain. We can hide this part and go for applying the boundary conditions. Let us hide this computational domain, and we have to provide solid materials, right? As we are having two different materials, insert solid material, predefined alloys. It will be stainless steel 321 for the internal surface, for the internal object in our part we are considering. Grade check, done. Now we have to provide the second material for the external spherical vessel, external part. Solid materials, insert solid material, predefined. It will be glasses, and we are considering glass for the external part. Grade check. So two materials have already been provided. Next we have to provide the boundary conditions. So for providing boundary conditions, you can cut it from the front plane. Boundary conditions, insert boundary condition, and to provide mass flow rate of helium at a rate of 0.1 kg per second, and thermodynamic parameters, it will be minus 259 degrees centigrade, and pressure will be 2 megapascal. Temperature will be minus 259 degrees centigrade. Now we have to select that location, that is the inlet location of this fluid. Selected, grade check. Now the second one, that is external surface, that is we have to provide atmospheric condition at this location. So boundary conditions, insert boundary condition, it will be atmospheric pressure at that exit location. Select, grade check, done. Now the radiative surfaces to be selected. Insert radiative surface, predefined. This non-radiative surface, we have to select that locations. This surface, and in that surface, green check, selected. Next one, we have to provide some goals. We can have a lot of goals, but we are planning to have two goals only in this location. We'll select one global goal as the average temperature of fluid inside this container. Insert global goals. Average temperature of fluid inside this container or spherical vessel. Second goal, we want to have average temperature at the exit location. Now we can go for running this simulation. Let's run this with a new calculation. You can see the solver window has started running. It's preparing the model. It is a very simple model, so it will take very less time for these iterations. It is preparing the model right now. Mesh refining is going on. Now you can see these results in the form of cut plots and other things. So results, insert cut plots. But you see results in the form of temperature of fluid, and we'll see from front plane. We'll check. You can see the distribution of temperature inside this container. that initial temperature of fluid was very less. It is minus 259 degrees centigrade. As it enters inside this container, it suffers a change of phase from liquid to gas, and its temperature is very high. You can see the red color indicates the temperature of this helium is 20 degrees centigrade inside, and while coming out, again its temperature is little bit less. You can see the color of this one is green, right? So by the same time, we can see some other thing, like we can see temperature of solid also. We can check temperature of solid. You can see at different locations. So inside this one, we are having some vacuum space. There are ultimately no transparency occurring inside this vacuum space. At different locations, you can see temperature is different, right? So near the lid, at the exit location, temperature is high, near about 19 degrees centigrade, and at the entry location it is less, very less, minus 19 degrees centigrade. Okay, now what we'll do is we want to see these things in the form of an animation. So again, we'll go back to temperature of fluid and want to see in the form of an animation, right? So cut part 1, let's play. Okay, clear and hide this part. Next one, we want to see surface plots. Insert surface plots. We want to see temperature of solid, use all phases. Let us see temperature of solid at different locations. It is different, right? This is the temperature of solid. Now let's clear and hide this part. Now I want to see the dynamics of these flow particles inside this container. So we have to go for flow trajectories. Flow trajectories, insert. Instead of 20 numbers, we can do make these huge numbers. Maybe let's make this number 200 numbers, and instead of pipes, we want to make this in the form of arrows only, and we want to see temperature of fluid, right? So select other, lid number 1, grain check. So particle study, it is showing very nicely. Now we want to see these things in the form of animation, right? So we'll clear and hide this part and we see in the form of animation. Let's clear and hide and let's play. You can see how these fluid particles are moving inside this one. Now we can do one thing, like as the density of these flow particles are very high, we can reduce a little bit, right? So we can go for edit these things. Let's clear and hide and go for editing this. Instead of 100, let us make this one as 50 numbers. Green check. It is clearly visible how these helium particles are moving inside, and it is flowing inside this spherical container, right? So better to see these things in the form of an animation. Clear and hide, and let's play these things. So we can see at the exit level, temperature of helium is in the range of green color, indicating it is in the range of minus 91 degrees centigrade. But while it is coming to the atmosphere, again it is changing to 20 degrees centigrade. Inside this container, you can see change of phase from liquid to gaseous. The temperature is 20 degrees centigrade, that means it will be in gaseous stage. Initially it was minus 259, that means it was in liquid phase, right? So next one, you have to see the gold plots. So clear and hide this part, and finally you want to see the gold plots. Insert gold plots. You want to see both the goals, that means average temperature of fluid at the exit location. By the same time, you want to see average temperature of fluid inside this container. Okay, so show. It is showing that average temperature of fluid at the exit location is minus 11.61 degrees centigrade, which one we already got from the solver window. Its minimum value is minus 11.61 and maximum is minus 7.9 degrees centigrade, and the average value is minus 9.78. Similarly, temperature of fluid, average temperature is minus 259 degrees centigrade, right? So this is all about today's CFD analysis of helium inside a spherical vessel, where we found that helium suffered a change of phase from liquid to gaseous stage from minus 259 degrees centigrade to 20 degrees centigrade inside the spherical container, right? And the spherical container was a special one. It was having two containers, and in between them we provided some kind of vacuum to provide heat transfer less as minimum as possible. Okay, so this is about our video. If you like this video, please subscribe and share, and if you have any kind of doubts, please write to me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you again. Bye.